you saying you forgive this bastard?
I thought you'd feel the same way we do, Senpai.
Now it's really in on murder. The detective is really in on that murder. I thought you feel the same way. I thought you want to kill just like me, Senpai. Jesus Christ, she is like really in on murder.
You gonna let this go? Did you see what happened to Nanako-chan? Look, just think about this. Are you sure about that?
Oh, it's the same thing as saying no.
I knew you'd say so.
How the hell can you be so half-assed about this? Are you okay with what this bastard did?
Of course we're not! But can you look me in the eye and say you're okay with doing the same thing this guy did? It's just like how you feel right now, that you can't turn your back and do nothing. We're not gonna sit back and watch while our friend becomes a murderer, you moron!
To kill someone because they killed someone first. I can't decide on something that serious. But still, if you have it in you to be this angry for someone who was close to you, then you mustn't kill! That's something you can never take back!
So we leave it to the cops? You trust
I like
them
how
to
they're like
handle it?
no, but they're totally on board if you say yes.
Even if we can't trust them, from here on is no longer our battle. It's Dojima-san and his fellow officers' fight to convict the suspect. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm proud that I can protect this town with you all. That's why I don't
Like
want
how
to make
Namatami's
this
doing
terrible
nothing to fight
situation
back.
even worse by doing something
Or defend
this.
himself.
I want to keep going to school with
Nah,
you
he's
all
trying something.
and make more memories with my friends. I don't want one of those memories to be of us killing someone. So what if there's another crime? We can still save people, like we always have. Nothing has happened yet. Then why assume that our future will be filled with misfortune?
Nothing's happened yet. Our future hasn't been decided. Let's go back to Nanako-chan's room.
Oh, there they are. Nanako-chan came around.
That's some bull.
That hit his fucking
What did you
neck,
just say?
dude.
Nanako-chan's alive?
Are you serious?
It's very rare to be resuscitated after one's heart and lungs fail, but it does happen. But until I know why she collapsed in the first place, I can't say for sure how well she'll recover from here. Still, Nanako-chan's a fighter, and she's trying desperately to stay alive.
So this isn't a joke? You're actually telling the truth?
Nanako-chan.
Oh my god!
This is amazing!
Miracles do happen. I'm so glad.
They may be questioning why is Namatami's death tied to Nanako staying dead. That's a good question. That'll never be answered.
I didn't know what I was gonna do.
That's a lie. We all know what you were gonna do.
Come on! Stop crying, you two!
Where's Teddy?
Where is Teddy?
Wait a second, where's Teddy? I noticed he didn't come with us when we went to Namatame's room.
You're right. That's weird. I figured he wouldn't move from Nanako-chan's side.
Teddy, where did you go?
Afterwards, just found out.
I'm going back to my own world. It's not easy to live there now, but it's my reality. I'm really, really thankful for everything all of you did for me. Well, goodbye.
We're gonna talk about the case and wait for a severe winter to end, and so time passed.
No New Year's for you.
No Christmas either.
Wow, we're skipping to the end.
Then once they come to Annabelle. Those are residents.
And now, a story on the serial kidnapping and murder case that shook the town. Defendant Taro Namatame has confessed to committing the multiple kidnappings that previously seemed irrelevant. However, he continues to flatly deny his involvement in the first two murders. Namatame also maintains his strange insistence that he, quote, placed them inside the TV to save them. With so much unknown regarding his motives and methods, many are hoping his trial will shed some light on these mysteries. Up next is our fog.
Fog is still covering the town. Today and tomorrow, if you have travel...
Hey, Dojo
Same dialogue.
It's almost time for your train. Too bad Nanako couldn't leave the hospital in time to say goodbye. A little more time and maybe she could have come outside. Feel free to come visit any time, okay?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
There's nothing more I can do for this case. I might end up testifying in court, but otherwise I'll just be observing to see how things play out. I don't imagine he'll get that harsh of a sentence given the evidence, or lack thereof. Well, so it goes. Hey, mind if I ask you something?
What's that?
It's only been a year since you got here, but a lot's happened since then. What do you think about your time here? Are you satisfied with the things you did, the choices you made? I see. We can leave it at that. Well, we should get going. Your friends are probably waiting at the station. Come on.
Why didn't you kill him, you pussy?
Hey, thanks.
Man's going, my nephew is a freaking coward.
I was gonna do it, but my wound opened up.
You really are leaving us. You know, it was over too quick.
It's going to get boring without you around, Senpai.
You will visit, won't you?
I'll be back in time for Arena.
We'll come immediately if anything happens on your end.
Great, because
Be sure
BB
to
Tag's
take
gonna
good care of
happen.
yourself.
Take care. Keep in touch, okay? I'll reserve a room for you at the Amagi Inn
The
next
audio
time
was
you
real
come.
fucking weird in this cutscene.
Well, I'll see ya.
I
You
mean,
really helped us out
anime
with lots of
cutscenes
stuff.
from
Thanks,
Force
partner.
issues the fact that anime cutscenes tend to have much quieter audio compared to gameplay.
No, but it's like the audio coming from like the right speaker seems to be a tiny bit ahead of the audio coming from the left speaker. I'm not sure if that's actually the game, the emulator, or Discord being a piece of shit.
We beat the game again!
Something's not right though.
What do you mean?
That was the same ending as before.
I mean, Nanako's still alive, and Namatame's still alive.
Probably, yeah, the little girl did die, but firstly, we didn't get a final boss. Secondly,
I mean, talking about we fought the Kunio Sagiri.
no, that doesn't seem right.
I mean, he had his own theme music, a New World Fool.
No, something doesn't seem right. We're missing something.
We said no to killing.
Yeah.
Is that not
but
enough?
still, something doesn't seem right. Something's missing, Kenny. I'm not a dickhead.
This is why I hate this part of the game so much. So you have to answer this section with very specific answer prompts. How are you supposed to know that without a guide? That's a good question. So you can't just say kill him or don't kill him. You have to say, wait a second.
We don't have time to wait. If we don't do this now, the cops will come back. What are you trying to say?
Now, as Yosuke's yelling at you to make a choice, you have to be like, we're missing something.
Something we don't know. What don't we know?
You see, you got many options. But, you see, Yosuke's still yelling at you to make a decision.
But we just heard the guy's true feelings on TV! What didn't you understand?
Notice how no one else here is actually talking. It's just Yosuke.
Well, what is it? I already told you there's no time to waste. Are you even getting at something here, or are you just stalling?
He's turning to Sasuke the longer this goes.
Missing? Like what exactly? Damn it, I've heard enough of this bullshit. Give me a straight answer. Are we doing this or not? That's all I give a damn about right now.
This is why Yosuke is the worst character in P4.
Oh no! You lost his facade.
Yeah, Yusuke had an actual.
Right.
You had an actual animation.
Calm down.
He lost his facade.
I'm perfectly calm.
Nah, there was too many
Hey,
orange
what did you
thunderbolts
mean
coming
by
out of your
we're
head.
missing something?
What's there to miss with a sick bastard like him?
Hey, let's all take a deep breath. After what happened to Nanako-chan and seeing Dojima-san, we're not thinking straight right now.
Fine.
So Christian, did you think to give the responses that are being incredibly vague as Yosuke gets madder and madder, starts turning more into Sasuke as he progresses until you get the one dialogue options where you yell at him?
No.
Yeah, this whole thing can go F himself. Doesn't help the fact that you do Yosuke's social link. He gets over his issues of being jealous of you being a leader and promises to not pull a crowd like this. Or if we're to do it again because the plot demands it. You see, Rise is annoying as crud, and her simping gets annoying very fast. Yosuke's annoying, and he contemplates murder, and he causes this freaking ending split. And that's why Yosuke is the worst character in P4. They come to my TED Talk. Say all you want about Rise, at least she didn't try to murder somebody.
You're right. We should calm down and think rationally about this.
Give me that rationality talk, lady. You're the one that suggested it.
I realize now that we've heard almost nothing from Namatame's perspective.
Ace Detective, huh?
There's no denying that this man brought
still
great
twitching.
harm to Nanako-chan. But other than that point, the rest comes from our assumptions based on watching the Midnight Channel a moment ago.
Why none of us look at Naoto? Naoto's being covered up by our own portrait, in case you're looking for her.
I won't deny that we were blinded by the heat of the moment, trying to impute all responsibility to him rashly.
But... yeah, the guy's not saying anything. Whatever reason he had, there's no doubt about the fact that he'd been throwing people inside the TV. It was him who put Senpai through that misery. How can we possibly understand someone who says killing people is the same as saving them?
So what the fact that Yosuke brought headphones to a hospital?
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying it's a dick move. I'm not saying it's sensitive. I'm just saying put the headphones away.
There kinda are away. That's as away as headphones like that are gonna get.
Put them in your bag or something.
Failing to understand.
Where's the bag,
and
Kenny?
Failing to listen are rather different things.
Exactly. He should put it where he put his bag.
Truthfully, not all the hitches that were nagging at me have been answered yet. We'll
I don't
have to
need
see
my
what he can
headphones
tell us
lying
about
around.
them.
Motherfuckers thieves.
Though it appears he's in no condition to do so at the moment.
True. Dealing with him right now might not solve all the things that are bothering us. Damn it. But you better remember this. I'll do everything I can to stop him from repeating what he's done. Anytime, anywhere, anything. Jeez, how the hell can you stay so calm, man?
It's the
Then
silver
again,
hair.
That's why you're our leader. All right, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves. Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. All right, I'm convinced.
Thank you. I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
We all know how you feel, Yosuke.
It's not gonna be much
Come
thinking
on.
going on then.
We've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. And thanks.
This trip to vacancy is now one step closer to the truth. She'll go with her friends to solve another mystery. We've maxed out the fool.
Oh yeah, that's another way how you know it's not the real ending. I forgot about that.
Would you be disturbed if I told you there are people who legitimately did know the true ending pathway? And actually just stopped the game here? Or even worse, had to go through New Game Plus in order to get back here?
Oh.
And now
You made
she's
that
Loki, a
mistake, didn't you?
shapeshifter.
What do you mean?
It's time for the Judgment Arcana. The investigations team has completed a full Arcana, and now we go to now we are Secrets of Truth, going for Judgment Arcana.
Hey, you guys? What are you doing? You can't be in here.
Think of it like how P3 had C's being full, but then once it got to the final month, they became the Judgment Arcana, and it was labeled the, I think it was like the Nixon Annihilation Squad.
Yeah, I think so too.
Pretty much the whole idea is you generally now know what's going on, so you're not just winging it.
We were keeping an eye on the suspect. The police officers outside seem to have their hands full helping Dojima-san. If Namatame were to escape, it would be a disaster for the police's reputation. And their trust in you, Adachi-san.
We weren't considering murder.
Yeah, now it's what's considering murder.
Oh, I see. We'll tighten
Never you
security
mind
from
the
now
open
on,
window.
and I'll arrange
That's
for
not
him
what
to
we're
be
gonna use.
transported out as soon as possible.
Yeah, we didn't open it.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying.
So, if you guys can keep quiet about being in here, I'd really
You
appreciate
know,
it.
just throw the guy out the window.
How is he, Doctor? He seemed to be extremely agitated a moment ago.
He seems fine for now, but he really needs his rest. Outside, everyone. Doctor's orders.
Understood.
We should go too. Let's get back to Nanako-chan's room. So what's this thing we're missing, huh?
That's like going to Nanako's room.
As far as we know,
To
Nako's
tell
still
the
dead.
truth, there's something that's bothering me too. Why did he start killing people in the first place?
Well, he said himself it was to save them, right? So he killed his lover in order to save her and kept going?
The police speculated the first murder was related to the affair, so they called in Namatame for questioning. But everything in his testimony and his bearing, no matter what they looked at, they found nothing suspicious. If he truly is twisted enough to believe that murder is a means of saving people, I think that would have shown through.
I just wanted to know, in case anyone ever tries to think or say, but the investigation team thought about murder, and we're actually gonna go through with it, obviously. In the anime's version of that scene, Narukami was like literally a few seconds away from tossing him in. Like he held his head in the TV, but then pulled him back out. So Narukami himself was almost the one that did it. Here, it's implied in the game. It's implied that Yosuke is the one who's doing it. Narukami, he nearly killed someone.
Maybe he faked it real well. Or maybe he started out with a normal motive and got a taste for killing after the first time.
And forget, Mr. Funny Chad Man was also Mr. I almost murdered somebody, and my uncle would have been proud of it if I did it.
No, if that were the case, his
Yay,
motive for killing that
homicide.
announcer would be even more inexplicable.
Narukami would have been the guy going, who wants to talk about murder?
Yeah!
Namatame and his wife were separated at the time. Both Misuzu Hiragi and himself testified that she had
There's the canon
discarded him.
ending. Persona
Hiragi
5 is also
knew
about
about Amino
Narukami.
beforehand, and Namatame was
For like
shocked to hear
10
about
years
this.
later, post-murder.
I mean, P5 takes place like, no, P5 takes place 5 to 6 years later.
Okay, you know what I mean.
I mean, it's
I don't
possible.
care. I don't care when the game takes place.
I mean, there are some people who do like the idea of freaking. I just saw one who thought of a version of P4 where Narukami was actually the villain.
He had
Their
too much
relationship
charisma.
was known and was not strained to the point of murder. There's simply no motive in the affair angle. The police invested a great deal of effort into investigating this point.
Reminds me of someone made a comic of the first Life is Strange, where the idea is the main character constantly watches people die horribly, then rewinds time. And they made a joke where she sees Chloe die, and Chloe's like, "Wait, you're not reacting. How many times has this happened?" And she goes like a large number of times she just watched Chloe die, and that's why she doesn't even phase her at that point. That's the idea, she rewinds time just to have people die.
I've seen you die so many times.
It's kind of boring at this point.
Therefore, we have no convincing motive for Namatame to kill Mayumi Yamano, although her name was written in Namatame's own diary.
His reason for killing her.
It's still possible that he was crazy to begin with and no one realized, right?
I don't really get any of this.
Ugh, this is so confusing.
Hey, we could hear you in there. This is a hospital. Maybe you should quiet down a little.
Oh, there you are, all of you. Please come with me immediately.
I know the jig's up.
What's going on?
What are you waiting for? Hurry, go!
Oh, my eyes.
Yeah, thank you for that game.
Okay.
Where am I?
Appears to be a road.
Rainbow Road, apparently.
Is this Teddy's world?
It's Dr. Bo's
This
world.
doesn't quite feel like it, though.
It's Dr. Bo's world.
I remember being at the hospital. That's right. Nana-chan. I couldn't do anything. Why do I even exist? I couldn't keep my promise. I lost my reason to be there. That's it. I remember now. So, it was true. Guys. Sensei. What should I do?
Probably should ask him that before appearing here.
Yeah, now you're stuck on the Rainbow Road.
Watch out for limousines.
Oh, there they are. Nanako-chan came around.
What?
Huh? What did you just say? Nanako-chan's alive?
Are you serious?
Nah, he's messing with us.
It's very rare to be resuscitated after one.
We heard this.
Still.
So, you're actually telling the truth?
Nanako-chan.
Oh my god.
Miracles do happen.
I didn't know.
Guys, I had to bring it to you by buzzing a different dimensional loop. I've already been through this.
You all should go home for the night. I'll speak with Dojima-san tomorrow about Nanako-chan's treatment. It's rather chilly outside. If it starts snowing, be careful not to catch a cold.
She's not dead.
You can't just tell a man his daughter died and then go check on him the next day. Be like, oh, by the way, she came back to life.
You can imagine if Dojima actually end up killing Namatame. Or no, right. Namatame dies, so it's Nanako for some reason.
I figured he wouldn't move from Nanako-chan's side.
Teddy, where did you go?
Oh yeah,
God only knows what the fuck Dojima's thinking right now.
I shouldn't use mine inside the hospital. I'll try calling him up once we're outside.
You see? Yosuke, the headphones are fine. Calling within a hospital? No, that's too much. Wait till you're outside to make that phone call.
Couldn't save. I couldn't save. Why? Mayumi. And that girl too. I couldn't save them. Huh? What's the matter? Feeling guilty all of a sudden? Sheesh.
I can't reach him. Did that stupid bear forget to charge the battery?
We took a quick look around the hospital, but there's no sign of him. I wonder where he went.
Oh, it's snow.
Yay.
Hey, you're right. Wow, it's been a while since I last saw real snow.
Real snow, I suppose it's a what?
It doesn't look that pretty, though, because of this fog.
I guess this makes it the first snow of the year. It's freezing. Let's go home. Hey, Yosuke, if you find Teddy, don't forget to contact us, all right?
I know. Let's meet up at the special headquarters tomorrow.
Why we keep calling it that? Why are we such nerds?
Man, that Ted. I hope he just went back home by himself.
Don't pretend like you didn't just try consummate murder 5 minutes ago.
He's probably fine. But I'll hurry home just in case. Well, see you tomorrow.
Man, that boy just shrugged up during Ted murder so well. Really writes down everything for what they're about to do. Well, according to the game, yes. You have no way of knowing. You know yourself has been off the entire time since you're at the hospital. There's something new in your inbox. I heard some about what's been going on. That's tough for you, but you better take care of yourself too. Cousin's gonna be worried about you. Stay with you when she gets better, right? Stupid. Hey, it's Cole. What happened to your little cousin? Is there anything I can do to help? Let me know. I'm there for you, okay? We're best friends, dude, right? Daisuke here. I just heard about Nanako-chan's. How's she doing? If there's anything to do to help you guys, please tell me ASAP. Got the guts, man. You gotta be brave, man. So yeah, I heard someone from your family was in the hospital. I'm sorry, I don't know what to write. You're not alone, okay? We're going through tough times. Remember that I'll be by your side if you ask. Call you again. Bye. And for my friends in town, and not the friends who left town, like the nurse.
I was about to say, wait, we only accomplished 4 social leaks?
Case still married, perpetual fall. We must continue forth towards the truth. You should go home before you catch a cold.
Why is it called a cold? Oh, still sorrow.
You're telling me all that didn't somehow put food in the fridge? You're telling all the nautical worrying didn't somehow put food in the fridge? That's how that worked.
Nah.
Fear for child. and then food magically appears in the fridge.
Welcome. It's been quite some time.
It's been like a couple hours.
Listen, man, I've been in a long time.
Do not be alarmed. You are fast asleep in the real world. I have summoned you within your dreams. Now then, your journey has taken you quite a distance thus far. Do you believe you'll be able to successfully solve this mystery? Splendid! The precise destination of this vehicle, that too is getting rather hard to judge. If we continue driving blindly, we may end up leading you further away from the mystery that you must reach. Well, why don't we take a moment to look back on your journey?
Oh, not another flashback episode.
That I summoned you here tonight, Margaret.
Please don't.
You tell us for it, in your mind.
Really getting it is totally different. I mean, really finding yourself.
You're the only one who didn't pay attention to the rumors flying around about me. You saw me as I am. What's right? What you should choose to do in life? The answers to those things lie within you.
I think I need to start being more selfish.
We are experiencing the words engraved into your mind during your journey.
Really? That's what you went with for that mind game? You fucking kidding me? I think I need to start being more selfish.
Alright, let's go ahead and think this through as much as we need.
Like, what?
If we leave any unanswered questions behind, we'll just be lying to ourselves.
I'll think as hard as I can and try to help.
Come on, we've accomplished this much together, haven't we?
Right. Together.
Hey, what about Teddy?
And it seems you have
Teddy's stuck in Rainbow Road
as well. Those heading in the same direction through this dense fog.
Why park in the car?
You've made it to court, Kenny.
We'll be parked for the moment while I confirm our current heading.
As I mentioned previously, this year will signal a great change in your life. Though there isn't much time left, it can be worth your while to take the time to stop and reflect.
People are like water flowing in a river. There is only one stream, but all who pass through it are affected differently. Some travel fast, some change their course, experiencing countless events as they travel down the river of time.
Just so. The state of this room reflects the scenery of your heart. Perhaps this may be a time for contemplation rather than action.
We have a doorbell?
Yeah.
Wait, that was a doorbell in the Velvet Room. That was a doorbell in the real world. Who's knocking?
Teddy's missing.
We went over this.
I looked all over the neighborhood, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
Teddy's missing. Yes, I'm you.
He was acting all weird lately. Rise and the others are checking inside the TV to see if he's gone back to the other side.
Oh god, they went by themselves.
So will you come with me to Jeunesse?
I mean, Teddy and Reese have gone to the TV well by themselves before.
How would they defend themselves?
I mean, Teddy has an offensive persona. Reese gets an offensive persona in Ultimax.
Everyone knows they can't hit anything. They got no accuracy.
It's no use, man.
It's funny. It's funny because in Ultimax, one with Rise Super is essentially sword loops. She got a Virgil. She got a Virgil.
No luck for me either. I didn't sense anything over there. The fog's so dense it might be affecting my readings. I wish I could do better. I'm sorry.
That Ted. Don't tell me he really went back to his world this time. We told him over and over that he could stay here.
So Jimmy had last night. We time of contemplation right in action. That's what Igor said.
I guess that's all we can do right now. He plays dumb a lot, but he's attached to us deep down. He wouldn't disappear without saying anything, right?
I'm worried for Teddy myself, but let's trust in him and await his return. Right now we must concentrate on the case. It won't be long before Namatame is transferred to another location. We must hurry, or we will miss our only chance to get his perspective on this.
You know, I've been thinking about the case since, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let's quickly review the facts. Of all the victims, only 2 were killed. Miss Yamano the announcer, and Saki-san. From the documents we found in the car, we know Namatame had some sort of dealings with them. After that, there were multiple attempted murders in which we were targeted. It was only when he took Nanako-chan that we caught him in the act, identifying his modus operandi in the process.
When I hear you put it like that, sounds like the dude's guilty.
As a result of Namatame's arrest, the police admitted that Mitsuo Kubo was a mere copycat killer.
Back up to yesterday. Remember when you said Namatame didn't have a motive to kill the announcer? That's what's bothering me.
Right. Either he's completely nuts, or we're misunderstanding something.
You lost me.
She's trying to say that if Namatame is sane, then there may be facts in the case we don't know about yet.
Sane or insane? Sounds like a play I saw before.
When he talks about saving people, what does that actually mean? I don't think there's any doubt that it includes kidnapping people and throwing them into the TV.
Could he mean saving them through death? He did call himself a savior, and said that the other side is a wonderful world.
So they'll be saved if they die? What a bunch of crap! The bastard should have gone and saved himself!
Edgy.
What do you think, Senpai? If you think about it normally, it's gotta be him. But there ain't nothing normal about that world anyways.
There's something I've been wondering about for a while. When we first encountered him, he said, "You're the ones I saved. Don't worry, I'll save this girl too." So, if he saves people by killing them, did he save us too? Wouldn't he actually have failed to save us?
You raise a good point. If he thinks that salvation comes only through death, his words to us make no sense. And another thing, the Namatame who appeared on the Midnight Channel said he failed to save Nanako-chan.
Well, maybe he really was trying to save the victims by putting them inside the TV. Come on, don't get all quiet like that. You guys know I just say the first dumb thing that pops into my head.
The possibility that he truly intended to save us.
But he's still the one who threw in Saki-senpai and that announcer, right? Sure, we haven't nailed down his motives, but that doesn't change the fact that he killed them. Or what? You think someone else was involved? What makes you think so? Warning letter? Oh yeah! Whatever
Going back
happened
to
to
the
that
letter?
thing?
If
Does it match the
Namatame's the
diary?
killer, he must have been the one who wrote it, right?
Let's review them.
The first one that said don't rescue anymore. The second one said don't stop this time, so I won't put it and killed.
Yes, that's right.
Them's the facts.
Isn't that kinda odd? Would someone who thinks he's saving people by killing them write stuff like don't rescue or kill?
Yeah, and the will be put in and killed part doesn't make sense either. If the killer was writing it, wouldn't it be more like I'll put in and kill?
Hey, could this mean...
Hey, the music came back.
It's almost
finally,
like
we got the
someone
soundtrack back.
else wrote this letter.
But only the killer would write such a letter and deliver it to Dojima-san's house, right? If someone else wrote it, that could only mean...
Dear God. Since this is such an unusual case, I was absolutely convinced that other than the Kubo incident, there was one culprit.
So, Namatame really was trying to save his victims?
Everything is exactly the opposite of what it first seemed. In Namatame's parlance, failing would have been the first two cases when the victims died. If he had used his method twice and failed both times, he would hardly have continued using the TV. And yet he did. It all seems to suggest that someone else wrote this warning letter while observing the entire case.
Someone else? Then it wasn't Namatame that killed Saki-senpai and the announcer?
We can't say for certain yet. We urgently need to speak with
Get
Namatame
spicy.
face to face.
How though? After what happened yesterday, they said they're gonna tighten security.
I have a plan, but there's no time to waste. Let's hurry to the hospital.
Caddy, we're almost done with the game.
But what's going on, though?
Who done it?
Hey, this place is off limits.
Time security, eh? Yeah, there's less cops here than were
I'm
before.
a consultant with the police. I'd like a few words with Namatame-san. May I go in?
This is Unit 252, requesting confirmation on an ID. Name of Naoto Shirogane. Huh? Ah, understood. I see. Well, you're on the list.
Why is she on the list?
I'll give you a few minutes, but I'll have to record your conversation with him for security purposes. Not that I expect you'll get anything coherent out of the guy. He's been spouting nothing but gibberish.
I'd like him to accompany me as well. He has no identification, but this is an emergency situation, and he's here in Detective Dojima's stead.
You can just do that.
Whoa, what was that pause?
Detective Dojima sent him? I wasn't informed of this.
I'll vouch
you hear
for
it?
his identity.
No.
She said, and he's here in Detective
Well, I guess it's better
Dojima's
than dealing
stead.
with the man himself. We have our hands full with the transport procedures, so the last thing we need is Detective Dojima running wild. Detective Adachi is busy somewhere too. This is Unit 252. Huh? I see.
Has something happened?
There's something about a suspicious object out in the lobby.
Ah, well then, this works out nicely. You should back up your colleagues downstairs. We'll keep watch over Namatame-san. A disturbance in a hospital lobby, after all. It sounds serious.
If anything happens, hit the nurse call button. I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Please be careful.
Damn, let him go.
I knew they were undermanned, but I didn't expect it to go this smoothly.
Do we need all of us to go in?
Wow.
Yeah.
There's nothing much inside that suspicious object, so he won't be gone long.
Alright, then now's our chance to talk to Namatame.
Namatame-san, there's something we'd like to ask you. It's tempting to think that you were the culprit behind this entire case. And to be honest, there are many in this town who hope you are, but we are here to learn the truth. So please, answer our questions.
Huh?
Who would you throw in first?
Huh? Me?
Slowly points.
Hmm.
They were killed. I couldn't save them.
Is Sabin killing people?
No. If nobody saves them, they'll be killed. That's why I put them in there.
Then tell me if my estimation is correct so far. After discovering the Yamano and Konishi incidents, you realized an appearance on the Midnight Channel meant certain death. Thus, to save her from that fate, you kidnapped Yukiko Amagi. You couldn't let her be killed, so you threw her into the TV, preventing the killer in this world from reaching her. And you repeated the process, as more individuals appeared on the Midnight Channel. It all falls into place. His body is weak, but his mind is sound. He's trying to tell us the truth.
Yeah, but if the stuff he's saying is true...
There's another killer who murdered the first two victims?
Indulge us in a few more questions.
Why the warning letters?
What are you talking about?
That was very quick. I didn't see the TV.
I didn't know. I never thought it would be that kind of place.
Who killed the first two?
I have no idea. I want to know that too.
As I thought.
You believe me? Did they find him? Did they find the one who did such cruel things? Mayumi.
Please calm down. Our ability to find the culprit rests on you. We know about the other world. In fact, we're the only ones who can fully understand what you have to say.
Only you?
Yes.
We did blame you for everything at first.
I
But now
tried
I
to
think
kill
we can
you, but
accept
let's
whatever
omit
you
that
got to
part.
tell us.
Actual fucking murder.
And in another world, we did kill you.
Yep.
Tell us everything you can. Calmly
Even made my
and
uncle
slowly.
proud. Outside the point.
You're willing to listen?
So if you want me to, unless you
my
want me to
story?
win Nephew of the Year, you best tell me your whole story.
All right.
He's ready for flashbacks.
Oh shit.
Soon after my affair with Mayumi became common knowledge,
Is that the
I
same
returned
room
to
at
my
the start of the
parents'
game?
home, as if to run away from the scandal.
What do you mean?
When you first go into the TV? The part where Yosuke has to pee?
I don't think so, because wasn't the TV or shelf there?
And I started drinking heavily to drown my anxieties. I hadn't been able to reach Mayumi at all, and that didn't help either. Mayumi, where are you? She'd been disgraced on all the afternoon shows and forced to resign from the program she was on. I caused her so much trouble. I wanted to at least apologize to her, but I couldn't even do that. I lost the will and energy to do anything. Then, one day, the rumor I heard some time ago came back to me. Since I had nothing better to do, I sat down blankly in front of the TV and watched my own reflection. And all of a sudden, there was Mayumi. Mayumi? Is that you? The Mayumi inside the TV looked as if she was calling to me for help. Mayumi? Mayumi! When I reached out unthinkingly to touch her, my arm disappeared into the TV, as if I had dipped it into a pool of water. I was so shocked that I lost my balance and nearly fell face first into the TV.
Boop, boop, boop.
I was so scared. I couldn't understand what just happened. I thought maybe I'd gone insane. In the end, I decided to think of it as just a dream, and I went back to the city the next day after finishing work. The next afternoon when I got to work, I was fired on the spot, as I expected. That wasn't what broke me, though. It was Mayumi, being found dead. And not just that, but it had happened in my hometown. I was dumbstruck. But later on, I remember the image of Mayumi I'd seen that night. Was it not a dream? Could it really have been an SOS from Mayumi? I hadn't touched another TV because the first time was so terrifying, but I decided to try it again, and I confirmed that none of it was a dream. So that image, was it something Mayumi showed me, calling for help? That's how I felt.
And eventually, you learned of the Midnight Channel.
I remembered that when Mayumi was alive, she was chasing a rumor about some bizarre TV program. I'd heard about it before, but I thought it was just an urban legend. But then Mayumi appeared on it, and later turned up dead. The more I thought about it, the harder it became to believe that the two events were unrelated. Soon after that, I came back to Inaba to answer the police's questions. I'd lost my job, and I wanted to know the truth of Mayumi's death for myself. Then, on another rainy night, someone else appeared on the Midnight Channel. It was a girl. She looked like she was calling for help, just like Mayumi. The first thing that came into my mind was, maybe this girl will be the next to die.
And that was Saki-senpai.
I'd been following all the news about Mayumi, so I noticed right away that she was the girl who found Mayumi's body. And if my hunch was right, she'd be the next victim. I didn't want her to die the way Mayumi did, so I desperately kept watching. I was consumed with the idea of rescuing her. Then, little by little, her image on the screen came into sharper focus.
It became sharper?
How did you find out it was her?
After I came back, my father couldn't bear to see me in such low spirits, and gave me a job with the family business. I met that girl when I delivered a package to the liquor store.
This is a liquor store. That's a park.
After agonizing over it, I decided to meet her, and told her to be careful. But that same night, on the TV, she looked as if she was being engulfed by some black shape. She was writhing in pain. That's why I warned her. Why won't she pick up the phone? Come on, please! The next day, they found her dead. I knew she was gonna be murdered, but I couldn't save her. I blamed myself, thinking there must have been something I could have done. There was no one who depended on me. Nobody at work, not even my wife. Mayumi was the only one who accepted me for who I was. But she was murdered, and the same person killed another girl. I was beside myself. I couldn't forgive myself for doing nothing.
You really did love Miss Yamano.
Yes, from the bottom of my heart. Before I was married, my wife made it big in show business. I was happy for her, but it put a strain on our relationship.
I think I can kind of relate.
It was around that time when I met Mayumi. She was interviewing our candidate for the next election. She was a big-name announcer, but she only worked with local stations, and her attitude towards work was similar to mine. We both came from Inaba, so she was easy to talk to. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't help getting intimate with her. She gave meaning to my life. Soon after Saki-san was found dead, yet another girl appeared on TV. That was you.
I joined the plot dump.
She'll be kidnapped next. and murdered. I can't let her end up like Mayumi and that other girl. This time, I'm gonna do something. My opponent was a murderer who left no clues to his identity. I thought hard about what I could do to protect her from someone like that. I'll never convince her. If she gets suspicious and they arrest me, we'll save her then. The girl inside the TV looked as if she was smiling at me. And that's when it hit me. I apparently had the power to go through the TV screen to the other side. Then, what if I put her into the TV and give her shelter there before the killer gets her? What are you trying to tell me? That it's safe over there? Is that it? The girl inside the TV seemed to smile at me again. And I thought, no matter what kind of place it might be, it's better than being slaughtered. Once things calm down, I could just let her out again. If she's inside the TV, there's no way they can find her. It felt as if everything was starting to come together in my mind. Could it be that Mayumi gave me that power to prevent any more victims from meeting her fate? Was it my mission to save people? But there was a big problem. If I explained the situation to the victim, they wouldn't understand. I had already tried that and failed miserably. It seemed the only thing I could do was to take them away. If that was my mission, I'd just have to do it. Or so I thought. Mayumi, please lend me your strength.
So, since you thought people who appeared on the Midnight Channel would be killed, you kidnapped us in order to save us.
Mission? Give me a break. You never stopped and wondered about any of this?
Chia, you're scared to murder somebody. I don't think we're in a position to be talking about not thinking things through.
I thought I was the only one who could help them. I did call the police, but they didn't believe me. I knew the area well, thanks to my job. I had a large truck, and I could move around without suspicion. I thought my job as a delivery man would be the perfect cover for my mission. I thought no one else could do it, but... Are you telling me that I wasn't saving them?
If a person is still within the TV world when the fog appears here, they will die. Beginning with Yukiko-san, the people you thought you had been saving were, in fact, in mortal peril. It was my friends here who really saved us all.
I had a feeling that was it. When I went after that little girl and entered the TV myself, for the first time, I had some doubts about myself.
You refer to Nanako-chan, correct?
The police were after me, so I had to get away. But I still felt I needed to do everything I could to save that poor little girl. That's why I went in after her. But the TV world was completely different than I imagined. Such an abominable, grotesque place. I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives, so I didn't realize how terrible that world was.
Don't tell me your math's wrong.
Huh?
I knew that the three of you who I saved went back to your normal lives. By that point, you're threatening 4 people.
One of them doesn't count.
I never knew. You couldn't even get out of that place on your own. I thought I was going insane. I probably did. And you know the rest. When I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed.
You really were trying to save people.
But I ended up doing just the opposite. What a fool. I always wanted to enter the world of politics and become useful to society. But after losing my job and the woman I loved, all I had left was this power. I convinced myself that world was some sort of sanctuary, and I secretly believed myself to be a hero. never doubted what I saw on TV and believed everything was as I wanted it to be.
So if he's trying to save people, Chris, at least one question.
What?
Who was trying to get the Turbo Man?
I didn't think for myself at all.
Right, we
That's
don't know
why I
who's
couldn't protect
looking
them.
for Turbo Man, though.
I'm to blame for all of this.
We still gotta find out who. It's almost Christmas.
So I was making sure to get a Turbo Man doll.
But the things I've done are too serious to be brushed aside like that. I have no intentions of running away from my crimes. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Kidnapping is already a serious crime. And on top of that, I put all those lives in danger. I'm sorry.
The Midnight Channel and the other world? You can hardly be blamed for failing to understand them properly. We must apologize to you as well. Had we let our emotions blind us to the truth, we would have piled all the responsibility on you.
Whoever even killed you.
What responsibility?
People did stop dying once you started saving people. The more you did it, the more you really believed you were preventing their deaths.
And the more we thought about murdering you.
Such a joke.
To be fair, we only thought about murdering him when Aniko died.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little tired.
What are you all crammed in here for?
Oh shit, jig's up,
My
boys.
apologies. We'll be leaving now.
Wait. I beg you, please, find whoever's behind this. You children are the only ones who know about that world.
I will save the Turbo Man.
It's all clear now. He never committed any murders. It was another party who threw the first 2 victims into the TV.
Should we see this front of cop?
That cop is so fucking confused right now.
The Seekers of Truth.
Now get out of here! I told you, he's almost ready to be transported. We can't have anything else happen. Sheesh. Better not see you rascals here again.
Rascals?
How dare you, sir?
Nanako-chan looks like she's in pain. She's fighting for dear life.
This was the last place we saw Teddy, right? He was so worried about her.
How can he flake out like this when we have to find the real killer?
The police consider the matter closed. We'll have to do all the investigation from here on out. Let's revisit Saki-san and Miss Yamano's incidents and see if we can turn up fresh details.
Oh dear God, it's still daytime.
But it's been over 6 months. Wouldn't the trail be cold by now?
I know, but we can't give up. We're the only ones who understand what's really going on. And you never know. People might remember some things now because they've had so much time to think about it. Let's split up and talk to people all over town tomorrow. We'll meet up in the evening to discuss our findings.
Really?
I hope we can find out something about Teddy, too.
After all that.
We don't know nothing about no killer, so we gotta split up and figure out who the killer is by asking NPCs.
Oh my fucking god. I know pointless filler when I see it.
You like it?
No.
Like the pointless filler?
No.
You wanna do it now?
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say no. I'm surprised.
I wanna finish this damn game.